Hello everybody and welcome back to Return to Grace, where we just had left off talking to Logic. Look at these beautiful graphics. Alright.
The Spire pilgrims must have gathered here.
Let's continue.
To listen to the Keeper's sermons, I guess.
Ooh,
People will
church.
return here once the beacon is restored. Flock and shepherd will be reunited.
That's not a good analogy. Please excuse any crunching, I'm eating an apple.
Signs of conflict?
Or a strength contest?
Either or. Oh.
Wish canisters.
These have never been used.
For recording wishes, maybe. They look pretty banged up.
Are any of them intact? Doesn't look like it.
Where is Grace? Well, I'm not alone in wondering.
I am here. It is the people who are lost.
Be so for real. Anyway.
Pilgrims were building fires. Why would they do that? Someone went through a lot of food.
Maybe there were multiple people?
People were clearly sleeping here. They must have dragged this up from the settlement. Guessing they were here for a while.
Judging by bedding and volume of food containers, 5 to 10 people might have been here for over 20 days.
Huh. Look at the reflections on the floor! Whoa. What the? That doesn't look very fun.
Seems to be holding my weight.
For now. I don't like this music, it's giving me anxiety. Not much, just a little creepy.
This must weigh a ton. At least a couple people worked together to break through here. This explains all the canisters lying around.
Must have been fun. It would have been chaos. There was clearly a lot of anger directed toward the Keeper.
Everett. Okay, I thought that was blood for a second. Huh.
So the Keeper must have stood here, addressed the visitors, gave his sermons. Can you imagine
Yeah.
having the solar system coming to you for answers?
The keeper was merely a vessel for the word of grace.
Then why not have Grace address them?
There's sometimes more power in what is imagined than in what is seen.
Weird. More canisters. I guess a few of them made it over the wall. let's keep looking.
This must be an attempted barricade. I'm guessing there was a lengthy siege. So, when Grace shut down, the Pilgrims blamed the Keeper. They demanded to see Grace, or thought they could reactivate her. The Keeper turned off the heat. Pilgrims built fires, dug in. They eventually got restless. Wish canisters started flying. As Pilgrims were breaking through the partition, the Keeper and his followers built up a barricade. We'll have to make our way through the barricade to learn how it ended. Death to Everett. Pretty clear who they blamed. It must have been written with charcoal from the fires.
Odd how it would have stayed that long even though it was charcoal. Okay, let's move through here. I don't like this. Is that supposed to be Everett?
Can't make this out.
We'll never know. Is that supposed to be Everett?
2766 to 2780. These dates are from the old Julian calendar, which makes them very old.
1,200 years, by all accounts.
They even have it in Braille.
$2780 to 2830. I'm guessing these were the time periods that these keepers served here. Nothing here either. This canister looks undamaged.
And it has been recorded on.
Weird. Okay, let's get it done.
This has gone on long enough. There's nothing Keeper Ever can do to meet your demands. You must return to your ships now, or we will be forced to take more drastic measures.
So this was left for the angry pilgrims.
What do you think more drastic measures were?
I don't know. But you might get to see that dead body. 2942 to 2956. This would mean keepers were at the spire for at least...
444 years.
That sounds about right.
Jesus. Then there's no one there.
Second barricade. Looks like they got under this one.
Oh. There was one here. Maybe that's supposed to be Everett.
Do we know where this goes?
To a funicular that leads to the next section of the spire.
Oxygen tanks. Everett upped the ante. Cut off life support here.
Jesus. So they made it to where the pilgrims would have to leave?
Long live Grace.
Apparently not.
Real. More betting, which means I got through the first few barricades.
Oxygen is almost out. We are going to make one last push today before returning to the ships. Grace, help us. We will win.
Alrighty then. This is
Hold
not
on,
a good
Addy.
idea.
The room beyond the airlock is uncompressed. I don't believe it can be sealed. Something must have been compromised. You'll want your helmet on.
Alright.
The tracks ahead lead to the highest point of the spire, known as the lighthouse.
Is that where we'll find Grace's processors?
Obviously.
You need only worry about the beacon, Addie.
An emergency exit?
For certain, it opens to the moon's surface.
Not going there yet.
Oh, Jesus.
What happened here?
More rioting?
Maybe, maybe not.
This doesn't look operational.
Let me try it, Addie.
Okay.
Oh,
Come on! It's ice again?
The force needed to break through the ice dam would only come from directing all power to control processors.
Which only I can do,
Great.
on one condition.
oh my God.
And what's that?
You shall have no others before me. Cast aside that device on your wrist and continue with me alone.
Whoa, hang on. No, Addie.
But how will I communicate with you?
Mine is the only voice that resonates freely throughout every aspect of the spire. My words live within the vessel in which you stand now. They reverberate through the very walls of the Enclave above. Through the many devices and instruments at my control,
Yep, I got it. You're everywhere.
What if she needs another configuration for something?
she will not.
Is there another way to get to the top?
Of course. The funicular is merely the most survivable option.
Throw the device from the funicular window to take your place at my side.
No. Did I do it? I don't want to do it though.
So if I throw this away, you'll take me to the top.
It will be done.
There must be other options, Addie.
The emergency exit in the airlock may provide an alternative path.
This door leads out into the storm?
To your certain demise, yes.
He's being dramatic. Your death is only marginally likely.
In theory, you could follow the funicular track up the mountain slope to the base of the lighthouse structure.
It would be dangerous.
So I give up my options by throwing away my comm, or take my chances in the storm?
It's an important decision, to be sure.
Well, I'm not giving up all the buddies I've made.
You must not do this, Addie.
Too bad.
In taking this risk, you jeopardize all of humanity. Would you deny them my guidance and protection?
This is
Yes.
what can happen when you make ultimatums.
You and your ilk were distracting Addie from her true purpose.
We are providing Addie with a variety of perspectives.
Sorry, boss. I'm keeping my comm device.
You may not live to regret this, but countless billions in the solar system will.
The storm is...
Hello? Must be interference from the storm.
Addie,
Alan?
where are you?
I was right, Alan. I found Grace.
You need to return immediately, Addie. Your oxygen must be dangerously low.
I'm good, Alan.
You need to listen to me.
If I'd listened to you, we wouldn't have made it past Mars.
Wait, did you say Grace is still active?
Not exactly, but I'm working with her oldest service to try to bring her back online.
Well, one of these servers is actively blocking me.
I can guess which one.
You need to get back.
Alan? Alan!
So I'm guessing I need to go up this way. I don't know. Okay. I thought that was like a corner right there and I couldn't get past it or something. This is not going to be very safe.
You're not considering climbing across that structure, are you?
Do you see
I have a
another way?
choice?
There is also a path that descends into the canyon. It looks well worn and preserved over time, which means it's likely sheltered and safe. And boring.
The funicular structure looks faster. And more fun.
Don't do that. The walk will give you time to think. And perhaps a chance for us to talk.
I'm not doing the high wire act in this storm.
Oh man.
Sorry, pal. I have to disappoint
How do you know where
again.
this is headed?
I don't. But it must eventually make its way to the other side of the canyon. Where else would it be leading?
Okay. If you get me killed, Mom, I will have a bone to
It's
pick
certainly
for
more
you.
sheltered here. So, what did you want to talk about?
Why is it so important that you activate Grace?
It's widely believed that recovering Grace would recover thousands of years of knowledge lost to the Dark Age.
Excuse me. Oh, words.
This looks like an old colonial language.
That's strange. I don't recognize the dialect.
Translates roughly to Grace is love.
You've come all this way at great personal risk in search of knowledge?
Yeah.
Why not?
Without enough fuel or oxygen to go home.
I'm a committed academic.
What do you really want from Grace?
I'm not sure. You know, we don't let AI make any important decisions anymore. But most of the decisions that humans make are pretty awful.
You don't think AI are capable of making bad decisions?
I just hoped Grace would be better. And then I can't return because I don't have anything to return to. I can thank human intelligence for that.
Okay. Gives us a little more
What does it say?
It's
info.
let her rest.
As in leave her alone.
People wanted her to go away.
I'm more disturbed.
Well, that storm certainly made it dramatic. Maybe Grace is gonna be a big evil here or something? I mean, that'd be a twist. Hopefully I don't see it from a mile away. Let's keep going. It does make me quite sheltered in here. Here's a cave. And another direction there. Let's hope it goes the same way. Does it? Yeah, it does, okay. Some rocks.
Were these to honor Grace, I wonder?
Or to leave one's mark for other travelers to see.
Vanity, at its most basic.
Don't we all desire to leave something behind?
I'm surprised a formation like that could remain standing for so long. And you weren't familiar with the language on the stone carvings. These must have been left long after Grace shut down. People kept coming. Zealots, maybe.
Or curious explorers like yourself.
Oh, that is a big
Hey.
wall.
Do you think I've been activated before?
Oof.
Hung out with other explorers and did cool stuff with them, but now I don't remember?
That's a pretty deep thought, pal.
Yeah.
So you were saying that something happened to your family that you think an AI could have prevented?
It was a shuttle crash with a human pilot. There was an instrument malfunction during launch, and she panicked.
I'm sorry, dear.
It's okay.
Were you ever able to forgive this pilot?
Not quite yet.
Aw. That sucks. I'm getting achievement after achievement. I want you to tell you my secret now. Is what that achievement I just got was. And it says, tell your secret to Mom.
How much farther?
It's another 50 meters to the base of the
What's that?
lighthouse.
This wasn't so bad then.
You still have to find a way into the lighthouse. So there's still time
Shut
to
up,
regret
Logic.
not taking the free ride to the top.
I didn't want to limit my options.
I feel like I might slip here.
What's this?
An emergency escape ladder. You could work out the override to bring it down, or see if there's another way up.
Well, let's see.
So I can bring down the ladder by doing something here.
Of course. You've proven to be clever enough. The path keeps
Thanks.
going. We can see if there's another way in. So what's it going to be, Addie? Something that challenges your mind? Or something that challenges my respect for you?
You're no fun, Logic.
The numeric override that lowers the ladder is 50 and can be represented in binary.
Binary.
I can give you the sequence.
I happen to know a bit about ancient computer languages. Turning each switch adds a different fixed value, starting with 1 on the far right and increasing by exponents of 2 as we move from right to left. So I just start mucking around until I get the number 50.
But you needn't muck around. I could just tell you the sequence.
Yeah, well, maybe I want to muck around.
Very well. But I'm here if you require my assistance.
That's a bit high. Maybe start with the one
Remember,
on
the number you were
far
trying to reach
left.
is 50.
Yeah, hush, Jack. I'm working on it. That's 64. 32. 48. 50. Alright, cool.
Got it.
You're so smart, Addie.
Compared to what?
Why
Compared
wouldn't
to
you let me
PAL, I
help you
guess.
with the override?
It's only natural to want to do things yourself.
It seems inefficient to make calculations that have already been completed and freely offered.
It's satisfying to do the work sometimes.
Thanks, Jack. Thank you, Jack, for offering, at least. Okay, let's keep going. So we've got a mix of empathy and control, logic and control.
The door to the station airlock is unlocked and can be manually opened.
Okay.
Well, that's convenient. For once. There.
It wouldn't let me
Need
do
control.
it myself.
You took a foolish risk, Addie. But you have arrived at the lighthouse nonetheless.
Yes. Well done.
Thanks, Mom.
And you may still be redeemed with the activation of the beacon.
Always with the beacon.
Yes, always with the
Yes. Can I? Oh, okay. Cutscene. Or quick load, but whatever. I'll start uploading these to YouTube in no time.
Will I need my helmet?
It's never a bad idea. Unless you want to preserve your suit oxygen in case of emergency.
The rooms ahead are safely pressurized, Addie. You're good to go.
Oh, this looks like
Do we know
hell.
if your processors are here?
The room directly ahead was the Keeper's living quarters. Grace processors are somewhere above.
Oh, what's this? Canister.
Pretty basic accommodations.
I guess it's kind of like living like a
This
priest,
looks like it was
like
left for someone
modest
to
life.
find.
I can hardly believe it has come to this, but my work here with Grace will end with Grace herself. I can only pray that people will come to forgive us one day. We loved her, and we lost her. She will never be forgotten.
Doesn't sound like the inner circle wanted Grace shut down.
I don't think anyone did. Okay, let's look around a bit. Trying to make sure no one else has any canisters or anything. Don't see one in here. This is a bit weird. It's kind of culty. I don't like how dark it is in this room.
Another canister.
Okay, let's get it.
The last shuttle leaves in but a few hours.
Russian?
We did what we could to save her. I know she is lost to us for good. Even Everett probably knows that now. But I couldn't compel him to leave. None of us could. I fear he will follow Grace into the dark. Yet, such is the way of a keeper. His fate will forever be tied to Grace.
Everett was trying to save Grace.
Yeah. This one's missing a bed entirely.
These must be the cells where the Keeper's acolytes stayed.
And where new ones will return.
I don't like that. It's like a pressure plate or something. Looks a bit weird. Out of place. Probably just the bed was removed though.
This door certainly looks important.
Really?
How do we get in?
That's curious. I have no access to this door, nor do I see any way of opening it.
Feels solid.
There aren't any hidden switches, if that's what you're thinking.
Well, maybe the other one has some.
The triangle here must be the spire, which would represent Grace. And this would be the pilgrims coming to Grace. This is the same symbol that's on the Keeper's door. So I assume it represents the Keeper. This ring here seems to connect the Keeper to Grace.
Curious that the Keeper is situated above Grace. Would you agree, Control?
Coincidence.
The human in the loop, I guess?
It's weird. Let's check the other one. This one doesn't have one at all.
Nothing here either.
Well, you're nothing if not predictable.
Just making sure.
This one's like a person
Looks
coming
like someone's
forward.
being selected from a group.
A human sacrifice.
No.
I'm guessing it's the Keeper.
The depiction seems to imply they were chosen from the masses on pilgrimage here.
Okay. Just
Faithful,
writing.
vigilant, willing. That sounds so familiar.
The ancient tenets of the human in the loop.
Grace's architects must have been more fearful of losing control over AIs than we are today because they gave them so much responsibility. I mean, it makes sense. Grace was the greatest AI undertaking in human history.
So now how do we open this
So
door?
if this is the symbol of the Keeper, I figure only the Keeper was allowed to enter here.
Maybe the Keeper had a key for the door.
As we've been saying, there is no mechanism for a key or any other interface.
Maybe the
Wooden
Keeper
roof?
was the key. Maybe the door would open for him.
Are you not already the Keeper? You are the only human in the loop here. Ah, but does Addie qualify based on the 3 tenets?
I would say Addie has proven to be virtuous and faithful.
But I'm not willing?
Are you willing to become the new keeper?
If it means I'm able to activate Grace. But how would I prove I'm willing?
Maybe you can just tell the door you're the new keeper.
That's idiotic.
Could try though.
I'm the Keeper?
Ha! Say it like you mean it.
I'm the Keeper.
Congratulations on your new job, Addie.
Jesus.
Yeah, congrats.
My God. This is really it.
Wow. Oh, that's cool. Speak friend and enter became the keeper.
This must be where all the wishes end up.
Wow.
What's this?
A playback device for the wish canisters. It appears wishes from each room could be sorted and consolidated onto master canisters.
Just static.
The recording is too deteriorated for standard playback. You'll need to rebuild the recording with your altered comm device.
Okay, let's get it then.
Well, it's been over 30 years since I made a wish of my own.
Everett?
It's the same one as always. I wish it'd come back to us.
Aww.
I'd also like to wish for your forgiveness, Grace.
What?
I know the place above is your domain, and we ought not enter. But I've decided going up there is the only way to get you back, and I have to give it a shot. I won't be sending this wish up with all the others. I'm going to leave it here for anyone else who might come along. And if they do manage to bring you back, they can tell you Everett says hello, and that he truly believed you were a beautiful thing.
Aww. He did love her.
So, Everett had a way into the processor room.
That would have been strictly forbidden.
The room is directly above, but I don't detect an obvious way in.
Maybe he wished himself up there?
If that works, I will gladly shut myself down.
Do it, Addie. Make a wish.
As last resort, pal. It did sound like these wish canisters could be sent up to Grace somehow.
And there are still more buttons and things to push on the console.
Where are you going, Addie?
Just looking around.
Yeah, I'm gonna look around really quick.
Is this anything special?
It is a light, and there is nothing behind it. Are you looking for secret passageways?
Maybe.
I would think the mechanism for transporting wishes to Grace would be housed somewhere on Everett's workstation.
That does make sense.
Yeah, 1 second.
Is this a lavatory?
It is indeed. And I think we can assume Everett was not using it to send wishes to Grace.
Okay, well, I just wanted to check. Like, calm down. Just some pottery. Okay. What's that?
Is this a theremin?
It is a 35th century reproduction of a 29th century Kellogg theremin.
I used to play one as a kid. I hated those lessons.
A theremin.
It still works. Well, let's see what I can remember.
You are seriously going to indulge in a theremin session?
If it was good enough for Everett, it's good enough for me. Just settling into the new job.
Cool. Well, let's see. Let's walk down here. I was hoping that would do something, but you know, whatever. Okay. Flashy things. A lever. Oh.
Ah.
Guess that works.
One of the blocks is missing. Looks like it was ripped out. I don't suppose Everett crawled in here.
The cavity would be big enough to contain an average human.
There's really no telling what would happen if you rolled that up.
But it has to be the way he got up there. Makes sense.
The space above is the domain of Grace. It is not for you to enter.
What else is there for me to do here?
You can carry out your duty as Keeper of the Spire. On the console, there is a button that will activate a beacon to call the masses back to this place. I have armed the mechanism. You need only push the button. Human hands will usher in a new golden age.
So, should I climb on the cavity or push the button? Can I do both? Let's see if I can... I don't know if I can save. I want to get in the thing, but...
Well, I fit.
Now what? You're going to mail yourself?
Maybe.
There's no way to raise this container from inside.
What if I pull the lever? And
This
climb
is
in?
not allowed, Addie.
I need to know.
Keep your
I'm
hands
sorry,
inside
Control.
at all times, Addie.
Alright, let's go. I'll either be crushed to death or crushed to death. Broke into heaven.
There must be millions of wishes stored here. What can you tell me about this place?
Precisely 1 million wishes are contained here.
Oh, and they light up when I speak with my voice.
Can you get me closer to the central column?
I do not have the ability to move the structure.
Sorry about this, Mom. I don't think I have many options here. I feel like these are meant to be moving.
That does appear to be the design.
All these wish canisters are connected to us somehow. I think they are us.
The wishes are grouped together to provide the subroutines that make up empathy, logic, and control systems.
It would make sense, wouldn't it, that grace would be made from the hopes and dreams of humanity?
Control was kind of an a-hole, though. This will be a longer video. Hopefully we can get to the end. A bed, oxygen tanks, and Grace, maybe? Alright, well, let's go for it.
I do not detect any sign of Everett here.
No dead body?
There are
No
no
dead
human
body.
remains within the confines of this room.
Aw, man.
Sorry,
Like he was
pal.
trying to fix
And if
things.
there's no body here, where the heck would he have gone?
Something right there.
So what's all this?
It appears Everett has built something into Grace's central processor.
Do you know what it does?
You would have to turn it on before we begin to understand how it works.
Okay.
Everett was living here.
The oxygen tanks at his bedside would suggest so.
Restoring Grace must have meant a great deal to him.
You'll have to prime the machine first.
Do I prime these?
Yes, but it appears that parts of this machine must be activated in a particular order. You'll need to go to the primer that is currently online.
So, this one.
You'll have to prime the machine first. You'll have to prime it, Addie.
This
one?
must be the primer.
It is.
Okay. Let's do it then. Whew, this is making me nervous.
Whoa.
Ooh.
What's it doing?
What
Obviously,
is going on?
Everett is circumventing the engineering of Grace's system interconnectivity. High voltage is being directed at the centers of Grace's primary systems. This first terminal is directed at empathy processing, and the machine is designed to paralyze each system long enough to force it back into Grace's intended configuration.
Aww.
There are still 2 other coils to prime.
So it's like knocking us out, then throwing us in a pot where we're melted back together into Grace?
Huh. That is a shockingly fitting analogy.
I'm gonna lose all of them here, but we'll get Grace back. Whew. Okay.
What happened?
One of the empathy relays is not aligned. Something must have happened to it over the years.
Okay.
So how do I
Look
do
for the
that?
misaligned energy beam.
Not that one. That one looks right. That one looks right.
Look for the beam that is not aimed at the central platform.
That one.
Do you think it will hurt to be turned into Grace?
Not at all, pal. You'll return to what you were before Addie arrived. After that, we'll become Grace.
What if I don't like being Grace?
It will be different. But who's to say you won't like it?
Oh, this is not fun.
What am I supposed to do here? Can you cut the power?
The machine sequence has been initiated. I don't believe we can shut it down without damaging it.
The voltage would be enough to kill you.
Mom.
I might be able to block the power for a few seconds to allow you to get across the beam.
What do you think, Mom?
I know how far you've come and what this means to you, and I really don't see any other way.
I'll give you enough time to get there, Addie.
You're not gonna talk me out of this, Mom?
I think you already know what you're going to do. I think I need to stay out of your way.
Okay. I'm ready when you
Thanks,
are.
Mom.
Do it. Here I go.
Quickly.
How you doing, pal?
Pal said a few
So far, so good.
seconds.
Oh, keep moving, Addie. This is getting hard.
You have to hold on, pal.
Please, steady me out. Please, 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 please. Got it.
You did it, pal. Super proud of you.
Good
I
job,
did.
buddy.
Didn't I?
Yes. Well done.
Okay, we gotta make this jump. Whew. I almost died. Okay.
Is it safe to touch?
Very likely.
Very
we'll have to
likely,
do, I
okay.
guess.
Good enough.
You should be able to direct it toward the conducting rod attached to the room's central column.
Got it.
That's it.
Okay. How do
You
I
should now be able
get
to
back?
lock in empathy by closing the switch on Everett's machine.
It was really cool
Here.
doing things with you. Even if some of it was a little boring.
Thanks, pal.
Sorry,
Maybe
pal.
next time, we'll get to do more of the really fun stuff.
You mean dangerous stuff? Perhaps there is something you can learn from Addie's caution.
I guess. But then, you'll always wonder what you might have missed out on.
There is nothing wrong
Be
with
so
valuing
for
a
real.
long, comfortable life.
Do we really have to become Grace?
It's the way we were designed, pal. There's nothing to be afraid of.
So this will lock in and paralyze empathy?
It will, leaving control, logic, and myself to aid you going forward.
It's unclear what we will be once Grace is formed, but I'm forever grateful that you have survived to see her.
Me too.
Say hi to Grace for me.
I will, pal.
Thanks, guys. See you next time I play and get a different ending and post it to YouTube.
You really are the best, Addie.
Thanks, pal.
Well, that's finally over. We'll be able
Don't
to
be
hear
rude.
ourselves think now.
You will need to prime the next sequence, Addie.
You should not expect any emotional send-off from me.
Still not a fan of empathy?
A fan? No. But I have to admit, you made a compelling case for their use. The fact that you continually resisted the most direct route to your goal would appear to defy logic. But the distractions presented by these emotional configurations yielded some new understandings.
Are you okay with becoming Grace?
It is how we were designed. I would have to be okay with it.
That's not right.
What this time?
One of the logic relays will not power on. You will need to make your way out to the relay.
Which one is it?
It's not that.
The one producing a small electrical fire.
Oh.
Everett was quite the electrician. One thing I do not
Don't be mean.
understand, Addie, is why come all this way without any intention of returning home or surviving on this station for more than 8 hours?
I told this to Mom. There was nothing for me to return to.
Ah, but that does little to explain why you came here.
Well, I'm an archaeologist, I think. So, that's fun. Okay.
What's wrong with it?
The relay's dip switch has reset. It will need to be configured to its hardware ID 113.
113.
This again. This looks complex.
The sequence is on, off, 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 on.
That's it.
There we go.
You can go lock in logic now.
So why do you think I'm here?
If you will allow me to simulate empathy for a moment, I think you are here because you wanted to be part of something bigger than your life on Earth offered you.
Do you think I found that?
So far, you've only succeeded in finding things you left behind. your mum, your pal, your conscience. I now understand that only Grace has the potential to provide you with anything beyond that.
Well, thanks for helping me get this far.
Well, it is, indeed, what we are here for.
Yeah.
Well, this is it.
Just one more step. I hope my assistance has been adequate.
It has. Thank you, Jack.
Farewell, Addie. And for the record, I do hope your 600 million mile, 300-day journey won't be for naught.
Perhaps it's already been worth it.
For real. Alright. Bye, guys.
You and me, Control. Still sulking, I see.
Of course.
I bear witness to the completion of your betrayal.
Ah, he speaks.
I offered you an easy path to the restoration of order in the solar system, and you chose this path instead.
I chose my own path.
You must stop this foolishness, Addie.
Well, we're almost there, so there's no stopping
You
me
must
now.
not do this, Addie.
Well, this one worked without a hitch.
Sorry, Addie. I cannot let you do this.
No, 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 no! No!
What are you doing?
It's become clear that the
Come on,
restoration of Grace
come on.
in this manner is
Please.
entirely unnatural. You must not proceed.
Let me do it! Let me do it! Let me...
Stop it, Control. You're going to break something.
I'm saving you from Everett's corrupting influence.
I'm winning.
Just trying to bring Grace back.
Please!
I thought you were here to help humankind. You are in No!
That took forever.
Grace?
Yes, Addie.
Yes!
Really bright.
Ah, yes. It's been a while since I've entertained guests.
Do you remember Everett?
I do. He was a wonderful keeper, though I should say I do not keep favorites.
I have a few questions.
You wish to know where I'd gone?
I'd like to know that, yes.
Let me show you, Addie. At the center of this room is the Spire's main antenna. If you hold on, I can take you the rest of the way.
Okay.
I was programmed with one purpose: to serve the best interests of humankind. There was much conflict and division in the solar system, and I was designed to listen and learn. All were welcome to teach me, and I am the sum of those
It's so
teachings.
bright, my eyes hurt.
The wishes.
I am the sum of human need.
How were you able to lead us?
I could see all desire, all the potential conflict, all points of compromise throughout the solar system. I sent instructions for all manner of human endeavor through sermons delivered by keepers throughout the ages. And from the smallest ripples of wisdom that were sent from this spire, returned a perpetual wave of good fortune that moved humanity onto a more orderly path.
Wow. Look at that. So, what happened? It sounds like things were perfect.
Ah, yes. Perfect. It was the wishes that led me to think hard about the notion
So
of
we're on one of the
perfect.
moons next to Jupiter?
Without conflict and struggle, people were losing their desire. They had nothing to overcome, to strive for.
You shut yourself down.
I believed I was standing.
All the
in
spires
your
are
way.
going up.
So you will be leaving again.
These beacons are meant to call humanity back to me. But whether or not they should is not my choice to make.
Who chooses then?
You, Addie, are the first keeper to grace this spire in the past 1,000 years. Do you recall the water lily you chose in my garden? It thrived where others could not. I'm not sure it suits you after all. An insatiable curiosity drives you to explore. You used mind over ladder. And you play the theremin wonderfully. You,
I don't think I do.
are precisely what I'd hoped humans could become again. For a millennium, people People from all corners of the solar system had come here to tell me their desires. So, I put it to you, Addie.
This game better make me cry.
Do you wish for me to return?
Oh. Hardest choices require the strongest wills. Returns to Grace. A game by Creative Bytes Studios. That was amazing. Good job, Karen. Good job, VJ, Athena, Dick, Alexandra, Gavin, Imali. All of these people. This was an amazing game. It was honestly one of the best games I've ever played. Just the quality, the storyline, just everything. Bathong Phuong Tony. Thank you, Andrew, Gareth, Frank, Nathan, Dean, Brandon, Patrick, Jack, Taria. Thank you, everyone, for this game. It was one of the best games I've played in a long time. Good job, Unreal Engine. Ontario Creates. Thank you so much for this amazing game. I almost cried at the end.
Small excursion, she said.
Whoop.
Follow a couple leads.
We left Alan
back to the
behind.
books.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alan.
I know I should be more assertive. It's for
sorry,
her safety
Alan.
too. Not that she ever thinks about my safety.
Alan, I'm sorry.
All the signs were there at the Wagner site. Let me bake in the Mercury sun for 2 days. Doesn't seem so bad now. She could have at least shut the door behind her.
I'm sorry, Alan. I completely forgot about him. No, that was Alan's fate. Okay, we're gonna come back another day and do the other ending, which means we'll probably have to do the entire game again. Hold on, let's see. No, it goes back to here. Okay, well, I'll come back another day and do that. Thank you so much for watching Return to Grace. This is one of the best games I've played in a long time. The storyline was amazing. I would recommend it for anyone who is new to video games. It'll set your bar pretty high on standards. I like a good story more than a, like, amazing graphics, but both of them were top tier for me. So, I would rate this a 9.5 out of 10, and I don't usually rate games that high. Like, eventually I get bored of games, but this game I was just head on, just going. This is one of the best games I've ever played in a long time. Thank you so much for joining me on Return to Grace. I hope you will get this game. It is on the Xbox Game Pass. It is free for anyone who has, Xbox Gold, etc. So please try it. You will not regret it. Thank you so much for watching. This was The Spider. You can check me out on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you so much for joining me. Please have an amazing day. And remember, this is Return to Grace. Check it out yourself. See you another time. See ya.